Welcome to a video. This video is for January 25th on Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. I hope y'all will have a great prep day. And I call it prep day because we're getting ready for fun day, which is Monday. Yay! But we're not there yet. As for me, it's currently January 22nd on Friday, and the current time is 22:07, which is 10:07 p.m. And let me lower down the lights. Oh Momo, I hope I get this video all right because I've been distracted several times. I was supposed to make a video at the work location, the BP, but I couldn't do it because people, I'm trying to avoid saying anything bad, so I just gonna say people interrupting. And I didn't really get a good sleep because, you know, the Walmart, there's a lot of people and a lot of creepy people at that. Nothing I could do, not my own place. It's a shared public spot, but I'm very glad that the Walmart is somewhat cool, I guess. I don't really know. I don't stay there long. I usually sleep for about 5 to 6 hours and I leave right away. So I try not to push anything. And plus I parked in different areas, so I don't know. I just hope everything is good for a time being until something settles or I can get more money coming in and hopefully get out of California. That's one of my big goals, but who knows? We shall see. Let's talk about work. I did 5 trips, and guess what? I made $115. Actually, I made more than that. I was very grateful because the customers were hooking it up. And this one customer really hooked it up, but I thought it would be a bad incident. I thought it would be a one where I took a hit, meaning that I made no money. And let me share what happened. So, and the last one that I thought would be a big problem, it turned out to be the biggest grace there was. And let's get started. I got a request from, of course, the BP location, the Buena Park location, to Norwalk, which is a city in the LA County, and it was about, I think, a 9-mile drive for $22. To me, that's not bad. It's actually normal, and I took it. So I got there, and there was traffic because this was about, I think, 5 or 6 p.m. and that's the heavy traffic time. And for those that are in the Southern California will know that, man, like the 405 to 605 to the 5, those are terrible. Those are bumper to bumper status. And well, I got there quickly because the traffic was flowing, so that was great. And once I got there, I think it took me half an hour to get there, or a little bit more than that. And the customer called me when I got to the location. I said, oh, you know, I'm here. And the customer said, oh my goodness, I am sorry, I am not actually there. It's actually because I left the address at the school location, but I'm actually at home now. And I was like, okay, where is it at? And she said, Whittier. I was like, oh, wow, that is super far. That's like 10 mile plus kind of. And pretty much is like going back in a way. And I said, well, can you call Uber? Because it's only paying me a trip, because that's like more than double the mileage. And she's like, okay, let me call them. And then I also called on my end, because for me, I like to go above and beyond. Not for of course, not for Uber, no way. And not for people. I do it for the Father of Heaven. Everything I do, I work as if I am working for the Father of Heaven. So I go above and beyond for, not really for others, but for, I guess in a way it's for others, but it's mainly for the Father of Heaven. It's like serving others in a way, I guess, giving the best service from the Father of Heaven. And yeah, what Uber said was, well, you know what? You only have 2 options. Either 1, deliver it and don't get the extra pay, or 2, just cancel it and nothing will be impacted on you. Pretty much you just discard the food because the customer made the mistake. And I thought, man, that's kind of messed up. Of course, this customer ordered a lot of food too. A lot of food. So I thought, man, I'm just gonna grid it. I'll just deliver the food. The customer also called back, contact me and said, well, you know, can I give you $10 more? And I just said, you know, it's okay. Oh, sure, I'll do that. That's fine. And I said, what you could do is, if you could send the address to me, just so that there's documentation on the Uber side, send me the address. So I'll put on my Garmin and I'll head out to your place. And she sent me the address. I got it and I was like, man, that is like probably 10 mile plus. It was super far, and it was really far. And unfortunately, it had to connect from the 605 to the 5, and there was the bumper to bumper. So was supposed to take another half an hour, took an hour and 15 minutes, including also if I added another that 30 minutes, it was like almost 2 hours. But during that trip to the customer's house, right when I like about probably 15 or 20 minutes to the customer's house, all of a sudden Uber, it just cuts off. It says session out or session ended, because there was no response from me or the customer, and it just cut out and it logged me offline. And I was like, oh no. And I looked at the phone and I tried to log back on, and it just shows that as order was completed, but it was not. So the trip was $6, and the customer was going to give the rest would be tipped, so the total amount would be $22. That's including the trip. And I was like, oh my goodness, because if it ended, that means I get nothing. And I called the Uber. Of course, the Uber can really help much. It said the same thing. Well, you know, we're just going to pay you for the trip fare, and we'll give you extra $4 to compensate you. Like, wow, $4. But you know, I'll take that $4 over nothing. That's for sure. And I was uber bummed out. I got to the customer's house and I said, oh, I got the food, but I do want to let you know that Uber might not pay me, and they'll only give me the trip, so they won't give you the tip that you're going to give me. So if it's okay, I'd like to ask for the tip, if that's all right, if you have it. And she's like, oh yeah, you know what, yeah, hold on, let me get it for you. And I guess they were looking for it, because it took some time. It was like 5 minutes, and I was waiting outside, and then it went more. And of course, 5 minutes feels like a long time when you're really tired and you want to just go. And she came back and she's like, you know, do you use Zelle or Cash App or something like that? And I was like, no, I'm sorry, I don't use those apps. I don't really use them. I don't know what they are. I haven't really, I mean, I know what they are, but I just don't use them. And she's like, oh, okay, you don't use those, huh? And she went back in, and I heard her calling out to her husband. And of course, her daughter was scrambling. They were all looking for money. And I felt really bad. And I said, you know, ma'am, it's all right. You don't have to worry about it. It's okay. Because I was just so tired. And she's like, no, wait. Like, please, just wait. And then they were rummaging around. And then right when they got out, I was like, ma'am, it's all right. You don't have to worry about it. You know, I'm okay. And she's like, no, I got it right here. She grabbed a stack, and she's like, she gave me a stack. It was filled with crumpled, like really crumpled up ones, like a lot of ones, and one ripped up 5 and a messed up 20. And then, and I got the money, and I was like, oh, you don't have to. I think it's too much. Let me, give you back some of the money, because, it's okay. She's like, no, just take all of it. It's all right. Thank you. And then I was like, wow, I'm really sorry, for it taking so long, because there was traffic, but I would like to ask a request. And she's like, yeah, what is it? It's like, in case if anything happens, could you let Uber know that I did hand you your food and that I didn't take it? If they, if they call you or something like that. And she's like, yeah, that's fine. I'll let them know. And I was like, okay, great, thank you. And then she's like, yeah, thanks. I got $40. So I was very glad. I was very happy. And the thing was, I felt kind of bad. I think it was the daughter's money. I think she probably had to pull out through the piggy bank or something, because it looks like it was crumpled up to put the slot into the to like a piggy bank. So I felt, in a way, I felt really bad. And because it sounded like there was like a little girl running around the house looking for money too. And yeah, so I got to my location, and sorry, I got the Uber thing going on. because I want to show something after this. So after I got to my location, I was super tired. I was going to make food, and all of a sudden there was a ping on my Uber, and the customer pulled through the app and tipped me even another $40. So I got a total of $80 from that customer. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I mean, it was 115 on the app plus another 40 in cash. So wow, that's like 100 and I think what, 55 or something like that. I'm really bad at math. Yeah, so I'm very grateful for today, and I'm very tired. Anyways, let me share my Uber status for those that are curious, and those that are out of the country that don't know. I do Uber Eats as a food delivery service, and here are my stats if anyone's curious. So I got 100%, and as you can see, I have one cancellation rate, and it's not for me. Remember how the Uber app blacked out, and they blamed on me that I canceled when I called them? No, I'm calling you guys to let you know your app, it crashed. And it said that I canceled, which I did not. I have the customer's food. I'm calling you so you can give me the address so I could deliver the food. And they're like, no, can't do that because once you cancel it, it's it's gone. And I was like, dude, I didn't cancel. Anyways, as you can see, my acceptance rate is at 39, and of course the on-time rate 99. I do want to talk about the on-time rate. That is something that we should not rush ourselves to be safe. Because for me, I'm very efficient. People think I'm very fast, but that's not true. I just do everything right the first time so I don't go back and do things again. And I also double check and check the route. So everything goes very swiftly. And about the acceptance rate, because Uber's been sending me terrible ones. I mean, I got it up to like 40 something. I think it got to 50% once, which was great. But then it started sending me a ton of like garbage ones because I don't do anything under $5. It kept sending me $4 for 4 miles. It also sent me some wonky ones. I think like 21 miles for what, $9 or something like that. Like, dude, are you serious? Like 21 miles there, 21 miles back. That's 42 miles for what, $9? Yeah, whatever. Anyways, yeah, that is all I have. And I talked about, wow, 12 minutes on that. So that's the Uber incident. And I guess I'll talk about one more and then we'll end it here. So while I was waiting during the time, because I only did 5 deliveries, but made that amount, that was great. But during that time, there was a waiting time. So I did scroll a little bit on social media, and I saw there was these 2 Chinese content creators. I think one was on TikTok or one was on Facebook, or maybe they were both on TikTok. But 2 of them brought up 2 subjects that I want to talk about, and I'll try to go by really quickly on this. One was talking about the poor man mentality, how and why we should totally steer clear from them. And when she was talking about the poor man, she wasn't talking about financially. She's talking about the mindset, how people were stuck at a certain level, and if we're hanging around them, they'll bring us to their level. And she called that the poor man's, I'm not sure if she called it poor man syndrome or poor man spirit or something, but it had poor man in there. And I think that's the same thing when, you know how I talked about there's these people, I just can't be around them, I sense them in the spirit. I think those are like the same people. They're just set and they're very content with where they're at. And they want to talk about woe is me and share the baggage. Like, dude, we got our own problems. I don't need to take on yours, kind of thing. And we're all going through the problems. And yeah, I think she also mentioned like how these people, they're just stuck in that same place and they just want to drop off baggage so they can feel good. And how she like clears of them. I think that's what I'm doing. Because even the Father of Heaven told me what's more dangerous than the mark of the beast is the spirit people have. And the spirit is the mindset. And I think he doesn't want me to be affected by those people. Not saying that they're bad, because they're probably, learning in different stages. Hopefully. I'm hoping that they're not, know-it-all. Like I know everything and they're just there. I mean, I just hope that it's just a stage that they're going through and they could better themselves. But who knows? Who knows, right? Anyways, so yeah, when she shared that, I was like, oh, I was like, Miss, I totally know what you're talking about. But I just don't know how to word it, but she worded it out really good. And the other one was talking about go crazy. She's talking about, you know how there's people out there, they set limits on you and they don't want you to go crazy, because the reason why they do that, they probably don't want to know, or they do know, they don't want you to out them. So the best thing to do is just go crazy. And what she means, that not literal go crazy, I mean whatever the goal is, just to do your goal in front of them, because they think whatever your goal is that they're not going to, you know, you're not going to make it, it's not going to work, kind of thing. And when I heard that, man, fire went up in my bones, and I was ready to get my camera gears out and do this and that, but that didn't happen because, well, I won't want to say work, but that wasn't true. In a way, it was partially work, but I think I saw something on social media and my heart just dropped. I hope you guys don't mind if I stretch this video a little bit long. So this is what happened, and this will be the last one, okay? I was watching on my Facebook, and there was this Hmong woman. She was eating. Of course, she's single, and she's very beautiful. But she didn't have any makeup on, so she was pretty raw. I mean, she had acne and no makeup, and it was just her eating. She's talking about her day at work and what she'd done, and while she was eating, and just watching her eat was so peaceful. And inside of me, I was like, man, how great would it be if I had a wife like, to me, she's pretty to me, and I could just watch her eat and thinking, wow, I have the strength to provide food for her to eat, to protect her, to get her a place. You know, that was just the thought in my head, like, wow, it'll be so grateful if I could able to provide someone, not just for a pretty woman, just for someone that I love, I care about, something that where I don't have to worry about me and protect about me, but have the ability to protect someone else. And just watching her in peace just had that huge sadness in me, like I can't do that. And I feel like, is my time over? Is it out? I mean, man, gotta keep it positive. Gotta keep it positive, because who knows, right? Who knows? Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'm sorry for stretching the video so long. I do want to say thank you to those that watched the video all the way through. If you are new and enjoy the content, please consider helping me out with a like, a comment, a share, and if you're not subscribed, to subscribe, because any interaction with the video will help out the channel. It'll let the YouTube land know that, hey, I'm a good content creator, and it'll help out to push out my contents even more. And to all my returning viewers, thank you so much for your support. I'm very grateful, I'm very thankful, and it's very encouraging for me to move forward, especially during these times. And man, gotta keep it pushing, gotta be positive. I think this is one of the other lessons I'm going through, is trying to be positive through the midst of woes, because clearly I've been through some terrible stuff and I was able to pull through. I mean, not by my own strength. I'm pretty sure the Father in heaven had gripped my hand and pulled me out. I can't say a couple times, because I'm pretty sure he pulled me out several times of like things that I thought like, whoa, there's no way I'm gonna make it through this kind of thing. But he did help me pull through. So gotta be positive. Gotta be positive. Yeah. I'm going to, what's next? I hope I get the camera out tomorrow. We'll see. I hope I get a good night's sleep tonight. We'll see. Because after I do the video, I'm going to do the bird bath. I got my, I forgot what this is called. Oh yeah, the baby wipes. I do want to share, get the regular baby wipes. Don't get the flushable one, because man, they break up and I have all that little like tissue like substance all over, and it's kind of gross. But right now, lesson learned. I got it, lesson learned. Anyways, that's all I have for this video. Thank you all for watching, and until the next, the Father of Heaven willing, hallelujah, and Sinji Dua, and I hope y'all will have a great prep day and get rested up for fun day.